Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Shereen. Guys. No, I love this red here. It's nice. It fit me. It suit me, don't it? Anyhow, guys, as you can see, my the title, How I Met My Son Father. Lord, you know what? It brings back a lot of memory. I mean, not good memory though. About how I met my son father and how this is the beginning of when I lost my childhood. I would say that. So I was about 17-year-old. 17, almost 8. Yeah, I was about 17-year-old. I think I left high school. And then I met this guy. Yeah, I was on Mullines Road. I was living over my auntie house. Well, she's my cousin really. My cousin Cindy, I was living over her house. And because I was going to Stats. Anyhow, so leave school and then I was going to school by the university. I was doing some upgrading classes at the University of the West Indies. So guys, so I was just standing out the road at the bus stop and then I met this guy. Him come and him asked me if I want a ride. I say, yeah. So him say I'm going up that way. Him asked me, which way am I going? Where am I going? So I said, I'm going up by the university. And him say I'm going up by Old Hope Road area. So him say he'll give me a ride. So anyway, me jump in him car. Do not jump in anybody's car in these days. But it was a bit safer then. So we jump in him car and him drive me at the university. When him drive me at the university, he said to me, if him said that me can call him when we need a ride. So anyways, so that is how that started. That is how I met Britan's father. So anyway, so I call him a couple times and him give me a ride and all that. So I never really take nothing of it because I never really, it's not like it was I didn't interested in him in any way or any form because it never really did seems to me. He was older, he was an older guy. He was way in his 40s, almost 50, maybe. Yeah, I don't know him. He refused to tell me his age. Anyhow, so, yeah. And him the kind of spokey to you that think of England him come from. That was a red flag. Anyhow, guys, so when I saw him, anyway, so from there it goes on that I met him. And then things go on. And then me get pregnant. When I was about 3 months pregnant, because him used to, when I told him that I was pregnant, I told him I was pregnant maybe month 1 or month 2. And then I realized, say, I'm not really interested to support me or anything because I was having morning sickness and all that. So I called him up and I said to him, listen, I not feel good. I'm going to need money. I can't up and down the way I was up, usually up and down. So I'm going to call him and ask him for some money. And I realized I'm not interested to give me any. So I said to him, all right, hear what? Let me do an abortion. So I call up the doctor, ask the doctor how much money to do the abortion. The doctor said $5,000. Never have the $5,000. So, anyways, I wait until 4 months. I realize, say, the man nah go help me. So I said, no, me not carry no pitney and go get nobody to suffer with me. Because at the time, I tell you, I was 17, almost 18-year-old. And I didn't want to suffer and I didn't want the child to suffer. So I said, okay, and I live in St. Mary's, not like, you know how St. Mary's stay. It's a country area, it's not in town. And I'm gonna have a baby, and then who's gonna take care of the child? Like, I'm not working. I don't have any no way to support myself. So guys, so I'm gonna call up this man. I'm gonna tell the man, I say, listen, all I need from you is the money for do the abortion. He said that his money will not do any form of abortion. So I had no choice. So I carried the child. And the man. So every time I have to call him and I beg him money. beg him money to support him child. Like during the pregnancy, beg him little money and him barely want to give me anything. So him barely want to give me anything. So when me realize say him not give me any money, when I have the child, I have to go think about, I was getting some money from this Chinese guy that I was involved with. But I didn't tell the Chinese guy that I was pregnant. So the Chinese guy was actually supporting me during my pregnancy, and I will get some money from him now and again, like from the child father now and again. But mostly is the Chinese guy support the child. But me never tell the Chinese guys that I was pregnant. Anyhow, he was in Hong Kong. Go check out that story because I already taught that story. So anyways, wanted to do an abortion. He didn't give me the money to do the abortion. Right? Me used to go down on one lady named Miss Ruth. Me even discussed it to her and tell her I'm going to have an abortion. And she tell me no. But people can tell you no. And so on and so forth. That doesn't mean that they're going to support you when you have the child. So I'm ending up having this child. When I have the child, no money are coming. So then now, I realize the money are coming, and then this man now will come over. By the time the baby 3 months or so, the man will come over like he want a wife from me again. I said, no, none of that. I said, during my pregnancy, you never give me a red cent. You know, and you even know if me a woman again. Remember me tell you that. That's what I think in myself. So anyway, so he didn't know that I had this Chinese guy. So I needed that ride to go to the airport. You know what I did? I told him that I'm going to Miami. Not a Miami. I go to Hong Kong. So and him jump up long time, ready for car. When time them here say a foreign you go, them ready for give you a lift, right? So him give me a lift to the airport. I think my son was about 3 months old. I leave my son with my mother. And then my baby father, or I don't even like to use that word, Britain's father, give me a ride to the airport. When he give me a ride to the airport, when we reach the airport, I said to him, say, listen, drunk crow. I said, listen, you're not. I said, do you know where I'm going? And I show him my ticket. I say, I'm going to another man because you're worthless. You don't want to support nobody. I know your child. And anyways, and I said to him, well, your son is going to starve because I'm not going to be here. So you better know, give my mother money to support the child. I don't know if him give my mother money or not. I don't remember how that go. But anyways, all said and done is I went to Hong Kong. I came back. Didn't talk to this man again. Call him a couple times to give me money. Him don't want. So I don't bother. So then when the relationship between the guy and me in Hong Kong, the guy never worked out in Hong Kong when I came back from Hong Kong. I decided to say, okay, there's other option. So I was single for a while until I met somebody. I met one other Chinese guy. You hear that story. But then I met this white guy, right? Britain was then 3 years old. The man not give me nothing. Did not support his child. Never support his child from the beginning of it wasn't a relationship. It was just a fling. Never support the little boy. Didn't help the little boy. I wonder how men have them kids and don't support them children. I don't get it. I don't understand. Little boy was such a sweet little boy. Well, he is. He's not a boy anymore. He's a man now. But at the time, didn't support anything. Didn't support me. I tried to support the little boy. None at all. The man mean. And the man did live at Cherry Garden. First him did live at Hope Road. Then him did move to Cherry Garden. Man mean and don't want to support him child. So anyway, so it forced me now. I was forced to have to call the man wife. That time, back up. When I met him, him didn't say that he was married. Never tell me that he was married. When I got pregnant, then him tell me that he was married. Then, then because he wasn't supporting the child, when I went to Hong Kong and I came back, and I know the relationship wasn't going, the relationship ended with that Chinese guy. Then I called up Dennis, him named Dennis Ansel a couple times, and I said to him, say, listen, you need to support your child, blah, blah, blah. And I threatened to call to talk to his wife. And I said, if you don't support your wife, I'm going to call and I'm going to go, because his wife worked at NCB, the bank at the time. And I said, I'm going to go to New Kingston, NCB Bank, and meet your wife out there and tell her, so if you ask if you support your child, right? So anyways, so him still never support the child. So I had no choice but to call up the wife one day and tell her, so listen, your husband have a child that named Britain, and I want him to support the child. You know what the woman said to me? The woman said to me, say, I saw on a young girl still on a run go breed for man because no one hold them. Let me rephrase that. The lady said that it is the wife said to me, oh, I tried to trap her husband. That is not true. I never tried to trap him. I was young. I was only 17-year-old. I got pregnant, and this big old man will have sense more than me should have known, right? I was wet behind the ears, because at my age, at 46-year-old now, I would have never talked to one man like that. Never. I would have never known if I'm a man or a woman at this point. Right? I would have never do it anymore. No. That's why I say, I always said, when you're young, you're stupid, you'd make some stupid mistake. Because I like a man like that, should have never have a child for him, because he was a mean individual. He never, how can you have your child and don't support your child? So he came by my house once. And it happened that when I met Chris, that is the white guy. When I met the white guy was at my house, and he came by. For some reason, I don't know him, just come by my house. And him see the white guy. That time me and the white guy engaged. The man must think say it is an indication that he's not supposed to give me a red cent, because guess what? He thinks that if you're married, black girl married to a white man, no money she have. So therefore, he never want to give me a red cent. No, that make it worse. He used to give me money randomly. No, nothing. So anyways, so I said, no man, you have to support your child. So I went on to the family court. And because him have money, him get him lawyer, and them hold up the case, and it just all their business that. I couldn't get a dime from that man. Might as well me go talk to one of those guys down. They would have treat me much better. I swear to God, if I had talked to a young man in my community, it would have worked out better for me, because the child would have had a relationship with that person. But this man, Dennis Ansel, he mean and selfish. Anybody know him, send this video to him. And he did not support him. Didn't support the little boy, didn't look for the little boy, nothing at all. Anyways, me ended up married to the white guy, and me come to Canada. While me in Canada too, and another thing where people must know is that when a man know that the father of the child is not supporting the father, them not really have respect for you nor the child, right? And that is what people need to understand. So these men out there who don't support them child and then make another man support them child, them think that them child is all well. I'm not saying that you have other people who support your child, like men who support your child. Some of them are good enough, but some of them are horrible to that child, because they know the circumstances and know so the child don't really have a father who care for them. And I live in Canada for how many years? From 2000, that man never even called that child once. Never once called the child. Now, back in when the child was about, when Britain was about, I would say about 11 years old, I went to Jamaica, and I brought Britain with me to Jamaica, because Britain came up when he was 5 years old, just entering grade 1. When he came up, and then I brought him back down to Jamaica when he was about 11 years old. I found out where Dennis lived. Him living at Cherry Garden. So what I did was I brought my son to Cherry Garden, knock on the door, the gate. And then when me see him come, when me see Dennis come, me say, go inside, that is your father. And I saw him know him father. And I said, this is your father. That that guy is your father. And then me leave my son and drive off. And I went, you know, because I was on vacation. I left my son with him for 2 weeks. Honestly, my heart dropped, but it's something I had to do because him need to understand that him father was a black man and him father is Jamaican. And, you know, because at the time I was the only black person Britain knew for a long time. Based on the area that I was living in, him never really have any communication with his own culture, and I needed to make sure that him have some kind of culture other than just me, right? Because I was living predominantly white neighborhood at the time, those days in Calgary. So anyways, so bring him, put him in the yard, left him there. Father couldn't chew him out. The wife is there. I don't give a rat ass because I told her many years ago that she had her husband have a child outside. So I left, I drove off. My son called me till him blew. I don't answer the phone. For 2 weeks, I don't answer the phone. So that pushed him to get to probably know the man. So I only hear the story after time. My son said to me, said the night him don't know him don't know what to call him. If him for call him Dada, Dennis, what him don't know, he was confused. Right? Which some people that say you shouldn't do that, but I had no choice. This man don't want support him child, none at all. Fortunately, him said that the lady cook and give food for him, so I have to give her thanks for that. And when after 2 weeks I went and pick up my son, and I came back, him have my son phone number, address, everything. Him never, not even a postcard, the man still never send him. And now my son are what, 27-year-old. Nothing all those years, just that one incident, that's it. That's it, man, never even contact him. And you know what? And then, when my son came back, then my son tried to, because him have 2 brothers out there, him tried to reach out to the 2 brothers that he had, that he met at the house while he was there. And you know, said was the brother going like them better than my son, like they're, you know, I mean, I know. Only Jamaican would really understand this. Them behave like them in a class. And them not have no class, because them have no class. Because how can you behave like your class when your father don't even want to support his own child when him have outside? And never even, not even Christmas card, not even a postcard, not even $100. Nothing him give me son. I don't know why. And it's not like the man have 2 shilling. The man have more than enough money where him could have sent $100 a month time come give him son. Nothing. I can't believe it. Then, my son tell me a couple weeks ago that one of him brother try reach out to him. And him say, why now? After so many years, why you want to reach out to my son? Why you reach out to my son after when my son came back in the, when he was 11-year-old and him try reach out to him on Facebook or Instagram, whatever it is. I now behave and then now you reach out to my son? Huh? Either all the audacity of those drunk, those people. So anyways, it ended up that that's it. Me can't tell you nothing. The man no contact me, contact him son, try to get to know him son, nothing at all. Them just live like my son no exist. Like him no exist. Me I wonder how him go in bed at night time and know say him have a little boy out there. Knowing that I was a young mother, didn't have anything. Didn't have anything. And it's not like say the man didn't have any money at all. It's not like, that's why I don't want to talk about it. It's not like the man didn't have any money at all. The man have money and the man could have more than support him child. More than do it. Even $150. When me there Canada, him could have give him little him child. And make the little boy grow with some kind of feeling of importance, feeling that at least him own biological father care for him. And he take that away from my son. Right? And for that, I feel horrible. Right? You have a child, and you tell me it's not like, even if him never have the money for send, come give him, call him, make him feel decent, call him, make him feel like him important, call him, make him feel like him have somebody to relate to. You know the man who grow your child is a white man or grow your child. It's different. Right? You know. You see how things is. Right? You know different culture. You don't know different how people treat other people's kids. And you never once call your child. And you know, I was young, I was only 17-year-old, and the audacity of that woman, she tell me how me I try trap her husband. I don't want to trap your husband is at fault. That's why I'm telling you sometimes, when you have problems, when you meet somebody, and them lie to you, because he did lie to me, never tell me he was married. Right? He never tell me he was married. And then we go with him, and then the woman are gonna say, and she not encourage her husband to take care of his outside child. She take all the money for her, and then she call herself Christian, but she's a woman of God. You know, woman of God, nothing. Some of a beast out there. If my husband go out and have child outside, he have to take care of that child. Because I would never wish it on anybody else. I could have never know, say, my husband have a child out there and the child hungry, and don't even encourage that relationship or encourage him to do something for that child. I wouldn't do that. Never. I could never live with myself. And lots of women out there, that's what they do. Look out for my situation. Just because I go to Canada, you didn't even. Yes, anybody who know Dennis Ansel, and he's an architect. Yes, he does drawing. And now recently me hear that he had a black factory. Anybody know him? Send this to him. He was a wicked motherfucker. That's what he was. He did not support his child for 27 years. I had to do what I had to do just to support your child, and it's not like you're poor. Might as well me did go talk to one boy on the road. Somebody in my community or something would have had a better relationship. At least he would have tried to learn, to know him child. You never did. Right? Yeah, now you have the opportunity. You could have called him. Right? There is Facebook. There is so much something now. And now him 27-year-old, you have no contact with him. You have nothing. Sometimes I have to ask my son. I said, how you feel? Him don't know. Him not have no feeling. And the reason why I'm not crying, because I'm crying because it upset me, because I didn't want that for my no kid of mine. Don't know them father, don't get to have any bond or so with them father. How can you have your own child and don't even support your own child for many, many years? And you know, especially you have another color man grow your child. And you don't know what harm and danger that child is in. And you never once call the child and wonder what happened to the child. How can you sleep with yourself? Didn't even sleep. Oh, you're sleeping at your bed at night time knowing. That's why I did what I had to do. That's why I had to run him away from me. That's why I never sleep with him ever again. No. I never slept with him. I left him when I realized that he's a bastard. I did not even look at him once. And then after so many years, but guess what? My son, he's here with me. Yeah, he's here with me. And he made it. Right? And all the money that you had in Jamaica never make you better than me. I still went to university and I still climb, and my son is still alive. And anybody know this motherfucker send this video go give him? He had never done anything for this child. Never. 27. No? I had Britain in 1995. And you had money. My goodness. My God. You couldn't, You know. You know that I was poor, didn't have anything. I live in the country. And you drive from Kingston. Remember, I know, it wasn't down the road. You drive from Kingston to St. Mary to get me pregnant. That means you went out of your way. You went out of your way to get me pregnant. And you wasn't using condom or anything. And then, when you have the child, and me even got to you and said to you, say, listen, let's have an abortion. And you wouldn't give me the money to have the abortion. And you have the child. And you didn't support the child. And you want another man to support your child. You didn't want, yeah? And that is where it is. That's why I'm telling you, women out there, when you meet a man, and if you see a man out there and him have illegitimate kids, right? You see him have illegitimate kids or whatever kids he has. What you need to do, if you see that that man don't support him child, that man is not a good man. Run! Because when you get pregnant for him, he's not going to support your child either. You think it's going to be any difference? It's not going to be any different. And that's exactly what he did. And then guess what? I learned after that him have kids in Florida and he never support them either. It's something that he does all the time. So I wasn't the first victim and I'm sure I won't be the last. But guess what? I did make it out of there. Right? I took my son with me because when I met my husband, and my husband said he's going to file for me to come to Canada, I make sure because he didn't want, he says, oh, I'll file for you. And he said, you can leave your son. I said, no, if we are a package. We are a package. And I said, anywhere I go, he goes. And that is how I bring my son to Canada. And God, I tell you, it wasn't easy because people don't treat other people's kids with respect the way them treat them own. Trust me, they don't. Some people do, but some people don't. But my son has passed the worst, thank God. And he's still alive. And he's eating, he's well. He's out the door right now. And he is 27 years old now. Let me show you my son. I'm out the door right now. And he is quite healthy. And yeah, I'm feel good about it. My son, me know. My son. Right? And him could have support him child and him never did. Let me show on my son. I don't know if the camera is going to we're Britain outside still, Christina? Britain? Britain? Where are you? Yeah, I show you my son. He is big and strong and support me. I'm going to tell you a short story. One time I was driving in down in Midnapore and my son, this Chinese guy, come kick my car because him say me bad drive him. And when the Chinese guy say me bad drive him and kick my car, he thought I was alone. And my son came out because my son is 6 foot. My son come out and him just... God bless me with that boy. It's my only boy. Yeah. And you know what? Despite that, where you there? Hello? When I know sometimes him hide from me. You know, him not like camera or nothing. Can't tell him. Send me the point camera. Britain? Come here. No, come here 1 second. Come here. Come here.
For what?
No, just come here.
I'm literally in the middle of...
No, I said come here 1 second. It's not going to take you 1 minute.
I'm on a call.
Okay, the call is not going anywhere, or you want me to come down there?
For what?
Just come 1 second. Guys, this is my big boy.
No.
And my sons. Look at that. See it?
Yeah.
This is the product.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
That's my son. My 27-year-old. with a man beside it, same now mine. I'm that. Guys, this is, and see, happy. My son is there for me. You think no man can come in my life and treat me anyway? No, my boy, defend me. No, Anyway, guys, hope you, share my video. Share my video, guys. That's my story. This is nobody else's story. I know I get emotional when we talk about it because I wanted my son to have a father. Him do have a father because he have my husband, but it's not the same. Like my daughters, they have their father. But my son can't take up the phone and call his father because his father refused to be a part of his life. But anyhow, peace, blessing, love, share, and I will see you in my next video.